can see my image processing app. Let's refresh the web page. So first of all, let's press S to take a snapshot. You can see the snapshot appears here. So the first row, second place is grayscale image with 20% increased brightness. Let's see in the code. Row 1. Okay, you can see we draw image convert to gray at 0.2 brightness in getX2, getY1. So getX, getY is the util function created to calculate XY coordinate according to index. Index starts from 1. Okay, let's see this function. In this function, we actually call another function. In here, we call this apply transformation on image. So this is a util function created because I find for all the filters, we almost use the same operations for the same basic operations for the input image. So I create this function to avoid repeated code. And let's see the definition. So here we need trans parameters. This trans parameters is the transformation we actually did in the input image. So the transformation function is this trans to gray at 0.2 brightness. I put all the transformation function here in transformations.js. So here the first one, this function. Yeah, I won't go detail to this function. Let's go through the row 2. Okay, row 2 is draw image red channel, green channel, and the blue channel. You see here we have 3 channel image here. Let's explain it. Take draw image red channel for example. Here we first we detect if we have snapshot image. If we have, we call red channel, and the red channel function actually call another function create channel. Create channel here accept 3 parameters R, G, and B. So here for the red channel, I set R equals to 1. That means we only need to keep the red pixel information. So for the other 2 channels, we don't need to keep the information. Here the transformation function is create channel transformations. You can see it's this function. Yeah, so if R equals to 1, we actually set the R pixels, and the other 2 pixels is all 0. Okay. And row 3 is draw threshold image for the 3 channels above. So this one is draw red channels. I call draw threshold. The draw threshold. So actually it's called threshold filter, and in the threshold filter, the transformation function is this create threshold transformations. This one. Yeah, so the basic logic is we calculate the brightness, and if the bright greater than threshold, then we set pixel value to white. Otherwise, we set the pixel value to black. Okay. And then in row 4 is first one is repeated webcam image. It's the same as the row 1, and the other 2 is converted to 2 color space. The 2 color space is this is separately these 2 functions. Okay, the first one I use this transformation function convert RGB to YCDCR, and the basic logic is here is do the color space transformation, and then I set the output pixel. And color space 2 is convert RGB to HSV. So this one is a little more complicated than the first one. And this is the logic. Okay. Then in row 5, first is face detection. So for the face detection, I use the libraries we learned in the course, this library. And you can see a white frame in my face, although it's not very stable. I think maybe my background is a little complicated. Okay, and this two is a threshold image for the color space image above. That you can still use the slider bar to control the threshold. This is the same. Okay, so here I reuse the function draw threshold image, just the parameters are different. Okay, in row 6, last row, are the three extensions are made. The first one is urge detection. So you can see the transformation function here, detect urges. We've learned it in the course. So it's basically use convolution kernels to calculate the horizontal and the vertical urges. Yeah. And the second extension I made is pixelate. So you can see I can use the slide bar to control the pixel size. This is the transformation function I use. So the basic logic is calculate the sum of color components for all pixels in each block, and then set pixel in the block to the average value of color components. Okay, the last extension I made is improve the saturation. You can see when I drag the slider bar, the saturation increased. And the transformation function I use is here, create improve the saturation. So for this function I use another two util functions, HSL to RGB and RGB to HSL. The basic logic is firstly convert this RGB image to HSL, and then increase the saturation value, and then convert it back to RGB. Okay, that's all the functionalities.